The old priory church, ancient, foreboding, locals spoke of its darkness in hushed tones, stories whispered from generation to generation, children warned to stay away. Never go near the priory, the old man rasped, his voice trembling. Not after dark, not ever. His eyes, cloudy with age, held a lifetime of fear. He clutched his worn, leather-bound Bible. She takes them, you see, spirits them away. The church stood on a hill overlooking the village, silent, watching, waiting. Over the centuries, many had vanished within its shadowed walls. Children, priests, all gone without a trace. Rain lashed against the stained glass windows, the wind howled like a banshee. Inside, the air hung heavy with the scent of decay and the weight of unspeakable secrets. A single flickering candle illuminated the altar, casting long dancing shadows across the stone floor. Drip, drip, drip. Water seeped through the crumbling roof, each drop a chilling reminder of the priory's sorrow.
They called her Alisers, a name whispered in fear, a spectre forever bound to the priory's darkness. She was said to be a vision of malevolence. Long black hair cascaded down her back like a silken shroud. Her eyes, two glowing embers, pierced the darkness with an unholy light. A cruel smile played upon her lips, promising unimaginable horrors. Alisers was most often seen on stormy nights, her laughter echoing through the empty nave, a high-pitched, chilling sound that sent shivers down the bravest soul. Some claimed to have seen her lurking in the shadows of the bell tower, her black dress billowing around her like a storm cloud. Her touch was said to be ice-cold, draining the warmth from any living thing she encountered. Those who were unfortunate enough to cross her path spoke of a feeling of overwhelming dread, of being watched by something ancient and evil.
Once, long ago, Alisers had been a woman of flesh and blood, a powerful lady in the king's court, beautiful, cunning, and utterly ruthless.
She craved power, the wizened old scholar revealed, his voice barely a whisper. He traced the faded inscription on an ancient scroll. She used her influence to manipulate, to control, to destroy.
Alisers took a perverse delight in tormenting the weak, particularly the innocent. Children were her favorite prey. She would lure them with promises of sweets and toys, only to subject them to unspeakable horrors. Even the king, a man accustomed to wielding absolute power, grew wary of Alisers' insatiable cruelty. When she finally turned her malevolent gaze upon him, he knew he had to act.
"She will be stopped," the king declared, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and fury. "Lock her in the highest tower! Let her wickedness fester alone!"
And so, Alisers was imprisoned within the clock tower of the priory. Her cries of rage and frustration echoed throughout the village, a chilling premonition of the darkness that was to come. Years turned into decades, decades into centuries. The tale of Alisers became a local legend, whispered in hushed tones around a flickering candlelight. "Did you hear?" a villager whispered, her eyes wide with terror. "Old Man Withers saw her last night by the graveyard." Tourists, drawn by the priory's dark history, flocked to the village, eager to catch a glimpse of the infamous ghost. But even the most skeptical of visitors couldn't deny the palpable sense of dread that, just seemed to hang in the air around the ancient church. The local news had a field day. "Priory ghost strikes again," one headline screamed. The story was always the same: sightings, strange occurrences, fear. The authorities dismissed it as mass hysteria, but the villagers knew better.
Sightings continued to spark fear in the hearts of locals and visitors alike. The legend of Alisers refuses to fade, and the priory remains shrouded in mystery.
Bruce, a renowned paranormal investigator, scoffed at the legends. He didn't believe in ghosts. He dealt in facts, in evidence. He would expose Alisers for the hoax she surely was. Armed with his EMF reader, EVP recorder, and a specially designed ghost gun, Bruce entered the priory on a night of raging storms. Lightning flashed, illuminating the stained glass windows for a fleeting moment. Crack, boom! Thunder shook the very foundations of the church. Bruce grinned. The perfect atmosphere for a ghost hunt. He felt a presence the moment he stepped inside, a coldness that seeped into his bones. The hair on the back of his neck prickled with unease.
"Alisers, I know you're here. Show yourself."
Chilling laughter. You dare challenge me, foolish mortal?
The sound seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Suddenly, Bruce felt a sharp tug on his hair. He whirled around to find himself face to face with her, Alyssa. Her eyes blazed with fury. Her hair, animated by some unseen force, lashed out like whips, striking Bruce across the face. He cried out in pain. Bruce raised his ghost gun, his finger trembling on the trigger. He had to stop her. He had to.
Enough. This ends now.
Bang! The sound of the gunshot reverberated through the church, deafening in its finality. Alyssa's eyes widened in surprise. Then she vanished, her laughter echoing one last time before fading into silence. Bruce collapsed to his knees, his heart pounding in his chest. The next morning, the news crews descended upon the priory once more. This time there was a different tone to their reports. Hope, relief. Could it be true? Was the nightmare finally over? For now, the silence within the priory's walls was a welcome change. But the villagers knew deep in their hearts that Alyssa was gone, for now. But evil, like shadows, has a way of returning, especially in a place like Priory Church. The old man's words echoed in the stillness. She'll be back, he had warned. They always come back.
This morning, hope fills the village, but only time will tell if peace has truly returned to the priory.